Hi friends, welcome to Get Your Play Online. My name is Katie, and today we're going to be making our very own No Big Energy Bites. Now, what do you think is an energy bite? So for me, it's a really healthy sweet snack that you can use in the morning or as a fun snack to eat after school. And the great thing about these energy bites that we're going to make is that you can leave them out for a week and you can have them. So it's a great way to take some time on the weekend and then have a great snack that you can have throughout the week. So today I'm going to show you one way to do the base. So the base of our energy bites is really simple, and then you can add whatever sweet snacks that you want to it and make it a really fun snack that you can have for yourself that you choose. So in our base, it's literally just peanut butter and oats, and then you can add whatever you want. And today I'm going to show you two to three other ways that you can change up this energy bite, just so that you have some great ways to make your own snack and some inspiration. So, what do we need for this snack? So, you'll need a placemat or something to cover your table so you don't get it messy because it's a little messy. You'll need some bowls. I'm having two because I'm going to show you two different ways to make them. You'll need spoons. I'm using two because what you'll do is you'll mix them in your bowl like this. Mix them together. Or you can use your hands too if you want. That's super fun. And then you'll need some oats. I'm literally using they're little packages that you can use for breakfast, or you can get big bags of oats, but these are what I chose to because they're easier to measure. Then you'll need peanut butter. I have a really big peanut butter because I love peanut butter. You can also use Nutella because that's yummy. And I'm having some pistachios because I like adding pistachios to mine. And I also am having some chocolate chips because I like chocolate. So let's get started on our base. So for the base, or the original thing that you can add on whatever you want to your energy bite, all you need is oats. So for mine, I use one bag of oats, and that's enough to make 4 little energy bites, and you form them into a circle. So this is enough to make 4, but if you want, if you're using a bag, you needed to measure, it's about 1 cup of oats to make 4. So I'm just going to pour my oats into one of my bowls. So for this step, you'll need your bowl, your spoons, and your oats and your peanut butter. I'll put my other oats off to the side. So I'm going to pour my oats into my bowl. And I'll put this off to the side. And then I'll take some peanut butter, and the way that I measure it is that you'll need 1 to 2, depending on what else you put in it. So for the base, I'm just going to do 1 big spoonful of peanut butter for my oats. So this is our base. So you can add whatever else you want to it. I'm just going to mix this in and show you how to mix it for the base. And then we can add more, and we'll add on to this. So what I like to do is you have to try and cover all the oats in the peanut butter. So I will mash it all together and just keep bringing in the oats from the side of the bowl into the center where I have my peanut butter. And this is the base, so you can add whatever you want to it. If you want to add other nuts, I've tried peanuts, I've tried pretzels. That's a nice sweet and salty snack that you can do. You can also add honey. You can add cocoa powder to make them more chocolatey. You can add whatever you want. It's really up to you. You can experiment and try your favorite things or whatever you have laying around the house. That's what's great about this snack, is that you can add whatever you want and it'll probably taste good. The one thing I don't recommend is if you start adding like things that go bad. So fruits, don't add fruits because they'll go bad. I have seen ones where you can do it with yogurt, but that's a little bit harder because yogurt also goes bad. So what I would recommend is that you stay away from anything that goes in the fridge. So I'll zoom in on this. This is what it should look like once you've finished mixing it around. And I'm not going to start forming them yet because we want to add more to it. So this is the base. So you could even eat, if you want to just do peanut butter and oats, you can do that. But another thing that I like to add in this one is some pistachios. So for my pistachios, I usually do one handful. So it's one of everything to make 4. So I'll do one handful. I'll show you what it looks like. It's about that much. And I'll just dump them into my bowl. And it's really a trial and error kind of snack. So if you want more peanut butter in your mixture, add more peanut butter. So I'll mix it around and see if I need some more. So I think I need a little bit more peanut butter because I've added my nuts. So I'll try to clean off 1 spoon so I don't get too much yucky stuff in the peanut butter. And usually what I'll do is I'll do 1 spoonful at a time. So I'll add another spoonful of my peanut butter and see if I need more after that. So again, I'm doing the same thing. I am bringing my oats and my nuts in from the side and mixing them all together in the middle, mashing them around. And the way that I know that I'm finished is that I have everything in one big pile in a bowl. So see how it's not all separated anymore? It's one little island of stuff. So this one's done. So again, your base is literally just oats and peanut butter. And then for this one, I added some pistachios. But you could add other nuts. You could add almonds, peanuts, cashews, anything you want. So this one's done, and I'm going to put it off to the side before I start rolling it because your hands are going to get really messy. So for my next one, I'm going to take my new bowl, my other package of oats or cup of oats, and for this one, I'm going to add Nutella. So instead of my base being peanut butter and oats, my base is going to be Nutella and oats. So the same thing, 1 bag or 1 cup of oats, and 1 spoonful of Nutella. For the Nutella, I find that since peanut butter is a little bit thicker, you can use a lot of peanut butter, but for this, I just use a little bit less. So I'll show you. So this is my 1 spoonful of Nutella. And I'll do the same thing. Leave it in the center and start bringing all the oats towards it and mix it around. And a way to mix the Nutella that works really well is if you pretend that you're mashing it. So you take your spoon and you mash it instead of just mixing it around. That will get rid of the Nutella off your spoon. See why you need a placemat or something to make sure your table doesn't get dirty. Sometimes when you mix, the oats go everywhere. So for my Nutella one, I want to add some more chocolate. So I'll do the same thing as my pistachios, 1 handful of chocolate chips. So that's my handful. It is whatever you want to add to it. Remember that. This is completely up to you. So I'm going to clean off my spoon again because I need a bit more Nutella because again, I added my chocolate chips. So the rule is 1 spoonful for your base, and then once you start adding whatever you add, I always add 1 more spoonful of the stuff that makes it stick together. So just like I did for the peanut butter, I had 1 spoonful of peanut butter, but then I added 1 handful of nuts. So I did 1 more spoonful of peanut butter. If you were to add 2 spoonfuls or 2 other things, like say you wanted to put some nuts in this, then I would suggest doing 2 spoonfuls of your Nutella or your peanut butter. See? It's a little messy. That's okay though. This is what happens sometimes. That's why I always have something to cover my table. So again, see how it's the same? They're both one big island. So now we're ready to start forming them into a ball. So make sure that your hands are clean before you do this. And again, we're just going to, so first you have to try and get your spoon free. You can wipe it on the side because you'll just make sure you get everything. And again, it's 1 spoonful of whatever you make, and that'll be 1 ball. So you take the spoonful, put it on your hand, and just roll it around until it becomes a ball. It's a little messy. I like to roll it for 10 seconds. So let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And there you have 1. So this is what it should look like. It's about the size of a donut hole or like a Timbit, or that's about all I could think of. Yeah, it's not that big, but it's yummy. So I'll put this one off to the side, and I'll do it again. Take 1 spoonful, 1 spoonful, put it in my hand, and roll it around. There is another way that you can do this. You can try to put it in both of your spoons and form it that way. I just find it's easier and quicker if you do it in your hands. If you're okay with getting your hands messy, then that's great. So count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great. So again, it's the same size. 1 more spoonful. And make sure when you're putting it on your hand that you try to scrape off as much as you can because you don't want to waste any of it. Sometimes once your hands start to get a little bit more sticky, you have to kind of place mash them between your hands. If you want, if you're going to make a bunch of these for the week, I always have a napkin near me, but I'm okay because sometimes it's actually really good if you mix your flavors. So you could take like half a spoonful of this Nutella one and put it with your peanut butter one. That's really good too, but I just want to keep mine as one this week. And if you want, you can tap, tap, tap all the way around to make it a little bit more of a circle if you want. Most of the time it does become a circle. So I have another one. I have 3 now. I'll do my last one for this bowl. Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And there we have it. Our Nutella energy bites are done. So I made 4 with the ingredients that I had. And then I'll just put them, you can either put them on a bowl or a plate. And what I suggest is that if you're setting them off to the side and you're not going to eat them for a while, then you put some saran wrap to cover the plate. It will get sticky, but that's okay. That way they will last, because sometimes if you leave them out just like this, they'll become a little crunchy on the outside, and they're supposed to be easy to eat. So they're supposed to kind of melt in your mouth. So if they become crunchy, it becomes a little bit harder to eat. So now I'll put my bowl off to the side with my other energy bites, and now we'll do our next one. So again, 1 spoonful, and I'll show you what you want to make sure that it's covering the whole spoon. That's how you know you have enough. And I'll just mash it onto my hand, and I'm not cleaning it because I'm okay with sometimes chocolate. I find chocolate and Nutella and peanut butter are a really good mix. So I'll roll it in my hand. And again, if you find that when you're rolling it, if it's not sticking together, then you might need to add some more peanut butter or some more of whatever you added to it. It really just depends on what works for you and how you want your energy bites to be. So that's my energy bite. Again, it's the same size as a Timbit or a donut hole or even a ping pong ball. That's how big it should be about. You can make them bigger if you want. It's just it might be a little bit harder to bite, because I find that these are a good snack to try and eat in 2 bites. So 1 really big bite and then the rest of it, because sometimes they fall apart and then it becomes a little bit harder to eat them. So again, my spoonful, I'll show it to you. Put it in your hand. And roll. Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And there's my second one. So again, I'll make 4 with this amount. Let's roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'll just tap it because this one is a little bit not how I want it to look, like a circle. And my third one, yay! And this will be our last one. Oops. Let's count together one last time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll tap this one again just to make sure. And there you have it. So I'll put them all in my bowl and I'll show you our final products. So here's our peanut butter ones. In this one, it's peanut butter, oats, and pistachios. But you could put whatever you want. So you could put other nuts, almonds, peanuts, cashews. You could put honey if you want. Just be careful with the amount of honey you add because honey is pretty soft. So I try not to use too much honey, maybe half of a spoonful, and don't add any more. For honey, you could add nuts again, or just do honey, peanut butter, and oats. In peanut butter, you can also add pretzels. So you would have to crush the pretzels into small bits for a sweet and salty one. Yeah, that's some inspiration for you. Then in my Nutella one, I put Nutella, oats, and chocolate chips. But you could also add cocoa powder if you want it to be really chocolatey. You could even add pretzels in this one. You could add nuts in this one. It's really up to you. So, thank you for spending your Sunday evening or afternoon, whatever your time zone you're in, with me. I had a great time making these fun, healthy, and sweet energy bites, and I hope you enjoy them throughout your week. My name's Katie. I had a great time with you in this fun in the kitchen, and come back to get your play online for more great snacks. Have a great rest of your weekend. I hope you wash your hands before you go and touch anything. Bye!